He's the man behind the mask in one of the world's most successful movie franchises ever, Iron Man. And just like Tony Stark, Robert Downey Jr. wants to use technology to change the world.
Hey, welcome to Education Station. Once again, Robert Downey Jr. here. D is for darn it. We should have thought harder before committing to this alphabet theme. We're going back to B for biovanescence.
The actor has set up the Footprint Coalition, in which sustainable innovations are turned into reality via experts, investors, incumbent companies, and the all-important entrepreneurs. From new alternatives to plastic, scaling up bamboo production instead of using hard wood, and even new types of meat that could replace energy-intensive animal farming.
I'm feeling it. I'm learning. I'm growing. Thanks for paying attention. More to come.
Who better to join the coalition conversation than Børge Brende, president of the World Economic Forum, which famously brings all stakeholders together at its annual meeting in Davos, Switzerland, to discuss the world's most pressing issues and how best to tackle them. I caught up with Robert Downey Jr. and Børge Brende from this year's virtual forum, the Davos Agenda. Welcome to both of you, and thank you so much for joining me here today. Robert, let me start with you. You've founded the Footprint Coalition, and you're choosing Davos, the World Economic Forum, it is in a virtual form, to launch it. Why is that?
Well, I mean, timing is always critical. It's funny, we'd felt drawn into the space, and then it just was natural to say, well, I mean, ultimately, existential crisis, and coming out of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, I wanted to do something meaningful, and money talks, and we know what walks. And I felt that after we had started connecting with the best and brightest in this space, that we were informed that we were credible enough to throw our hat in the ring. So here I am, dear.
And how does it feel?
It's super exciting. This is what happens when the challenge is so great, is these natural divides break down and teams start forming to do the creative problem solving necessary to address what we're looking at.
And Børge, for you and the forum, how important is it to have such high-profile contributors like Robert?
No, thank you, Robert, for walking the talk and not just moving around the deck chairs of Titanic. We have to make this into the decade of action. And this is super important because we only have one planet, but we act like we have like a couple in reserves. That has to end.